Hey guys, hope you're doing great. Don't mind the earbuds. I have a pair of Shores that are being borrowed right now for the new Final Fantasy, so that's going on in my living room right now. I wanted to show you guys this Spitfire library that I've been using for a lot of like random, kind of unconventional type of articulations. I use like LA scoring strings for some more standard kind of string sounds. What I love about this library though is that they've really gone into depth into doing really interesting articulations. So let me show you this woozy one. They call it this long and woozy one in the viola. Let's go ahead and play through that a little bit to give you an idea of the kind of tones that they're putting out for you. Very, very abrasive and kind of undertone for an intense kind of scene, and I really like that. Now let's check out this one called Long Spectral Scrubs. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Just a lot of that really intense kind of like it's you're hearing a lot of background sound with that, a lot of kind of tension building type of atmosphere, and that's what I love this library for. Let's switch over to just like the vivid long, just to give you an idea of if you want to have like a pad or something that sounds like a standard, kind of atmospheric pad without as much of the tension. This one's really good for that. So, as far as like the more conventional sounds, they do have something like that. Let's jump over into like the bass section. They have this really cool section called the bass and cello. So let me skip out of violas here and go down to bass plus cello. Now let's play the same vivid long patch that they had for the viola. Give you an idea what they have here. Now, as with most of these libraries that come with kind of a built-in reverb, it'll kind of give you like a subtle effect. But if you're looking for something a lot more cinematic, I suggest something like Valhalla Room or something that really brings it out if that's what you're going for. But I love the basses and cello selection because it has this cool harmonic like overtone kind of thing happening. Let's bust out the spectral scrubs in that library. In that section of the library, rather. It plays a little bit quieter than the other ones. So if you're looking for atmospheric strings, I think there's a lot to be had from this library. A lot of kind of sustained and repetitive, unconventional articulations. Something that can add a little bit of flavor to what you're doing. That kind of breaks out the regular mold of just regular articulations that you would, expect on a kind of more conventional sound. Let's try the long molto sul pont. Or is that pont? I don't know. Ooh, listen to that. Listen to the way that resonates on the high end. there is a track from, now I'm going to go down the video game soundtrack thing because I'm a nerd, but Resident Evil 4 had a merchant room that it's a track called Serenity, and it uses mostly an oboe, but they've messed around with the sounds of the oboe to create a very similar sound to what we're getting here from these basses and cellos. So it's not like it's not, a lot of these sounds aren't designed to make you feel, you know, peaceful. It's more about like the tension and the obscure, abstract, very kind of unsettling kind of sounds, a lot of it, in my opinion. And now in their video for Spitfire they've put some pretty awesome combinations of all these sounds together, which you should definitely check out. That's kind of what sold me on the library to begin with. So good on Spitfire for such a cool promo. Let's check out just some of the harmonics of the basses and cello. Obviously the mod we go for the dynamics up and down. Alright, let's jump out of the basses and cello for just a last little look on this. And once again, it's kind of like you're trying to put in whatever you can into a short video to give you a good idea of what's worth looking into. But there are just so many different choices with this library. And I think for the money, let's put it this way, when I got this, it was because I worked on an indie game project, and I figured, okay, I'll trade the money I get for a Spitfire library, just kind of straight across. And it worked out really well. So whether it's just out of your pocket or if they have a good sale going on, it's all up to you and your budget. But I do think that there's a lot of creativity possibilities with this library. Let's jump into the violins as the last item we'll check out for today. Let's do Violins Long and Twitchy. It's a repetition of those cool airs in the background that I love. Wow, just I'm not gonna be able to get enough live instrumentalists in my house to just churn out those kinds of sounds. So this could be very useful for trying to achieve that without going that far. Of course, if you can, you're gonna get something unique. But if you're using libraries, this actually gives you a lot of accessibility to those kinds of sounds. Okay, we'll do one more. How about sorry about the lip smacking there. I know that can drive some people nuts. Granular Tremolo from the Violins as the last one. Yeah, abrasive. Clearly illustrating that it's not necessarily beautiful sounds you're going to get from this, but very useful if your creative direction is asking for something that is not quite beautiful, but very experimental with classic instruments. So yeah, I'm a big fan. Good on Spitfire for this library. It's yeah, I'd say that if you're going for less than standard kind of violin, sorry, string sounds, then I think this library has something to offer you. So cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again. If you liked anything about this, like, comment, or subscribe. Any feedback, any questions, if you want to know my take further in detail about any specific component of this library, give me a comment, and I'll catch you next time. Be excellent to each other.